Hey guys, I hope you're doing great. Today we are 3D printing this huge... Hey guys, I hope you're doing great. Today we are painting this huge 3D printed Rick Sanchez. Nailed it! Okay, before we start with all of this, I couldn't help but thinking how nicely the YouTube Silver play button would fit up there. Rick and Morty is a science fiction sitcom, and Rick here is one of the main characters. He is the crazy alcoholic scientist. We all love him. So Rick and Morty gets themselves in bizarre and absolutely messed up situations, and it's hilarious to watch. I found this model of Rick on Thingiverse, and he is, give me a second. He is exactly 400 millimeters tall, so we maxed out the CR-10, you can't go any bigger. To print Rick, I used some cheap Chinese blue PLA filament, and now we're gonna paint him. So I gathered all these paints, different colors, and what we are aiming for is to reach the same kind of color as this picture. But before we start to use the paints, we have to remove the support material, and we also have to use some sandpaper to make all the surfaces smooth. So that's coming up right now. I can see I forgot to put supports on his eyebrows, and that's why it's hanging down like this, but we could just cut that off and I think the paint will cover it just fine. And there we have him, Rick Sanchez. As of most of the times, if not all the time, the CR-10 does a very good job, but there is definitely some imperfections here and there, so I'm just using some 150 grit sandpaper, smoothing all that out because I'm not sure how well the paint will cover the imperfections, so we better get rid of them in the early stage. Alright, so now for the fun to begin. Painting Rick will probably take a few hours, so fast forward from this point in 3. The hair looks great, the jacket looks great, the t-shirt not so great. Let's do the face next. The face and the back of the head is now complete, and I think it turned out pretty much perfect. Now let's move on to the bottom part and let's finish up this Rick.
The next day.
Man, I underestimated how long time it takes to do something like this. I mean, I thought maybe like 3 hours. I mean, 3 hours, that's plenty of time to paint this. It's been 8 hours. I mean, it's not even the same day anymore. I just did some finishing touches. I am completely done, and I am going to reveal it for you. But first, I feel it's important to say why I am even making this video. I wanted to show you what the Creality CR-10 3D printer can do. Even printing these really tall objects doesn't seem to be a problem. I couldn't see any significant Z-axis issues. And this is the stock CR-10, no upgrades whatsoever. The second thing, personally I use my 3D printer for gears, flamethrowers, paddle wheels, stuff I will be using in different ways. A lot of people use their 3D printer for the sole purpose of making statues, and they paint them and they look amazing, and that's what I wanted to inspire, just using some acrylic paint, not even using a primer, and you can get some really good results. So here we go, let me show you the final Rick Sanchez. Okay, that's it for today. Painting Rick here was actually a whole lot more fun than I thought it would be. I really enjoyed it. So if you get the chance of doing something like this, definitely try it. I hope I can inspire some of you to do the same. And I will see you again very, very soon. Have an awesome day. Bye. Yeah, great. Now my Rick looks like crap.